everyone, the Booktube-A-Thon has started in my time zone. Actually, it started 11 hours ago, but I had a late night last night going out to dinner and it was quite far away, so I didn't get home till pretty late and I didn't do any reading before I went to sleep. I woke up this morning at like 9:30 and read about 15 pages of Mrs. Dalloway before I had to start getting ready for work. I got here a little bit earlier than I expected, so I'm probably going to spend the next 10 minutes just reading for a little bit and then I will be starting work. And yeah, not too much planned for the rest of the day. I have a relatively short shift today, so then after that I've got a couple of errands to run and then hopefully I should be able to spend a little time reading this evening. So it's about 5 p.m. on day one and I haven't done a huge amount of reading. I have listened to a fair amount of my audiobook so far today. I've listened to it on the way to work, on the way back, and as I was doing chores and like running errands and stuff this afternoon. I've only read about 5 more pages of Mrs. Dalloway. The progress looks like that so far, but there is an introduction. A pretty small book, but I can tell already this is going to be a slower read. I'm not going to be able to read as many pages per minute as I normally do, just with the writing and the font size and the margins and stuff like that. I think it's just going to be a little bit slower reading this one. But yeah, I'm just going to spend the next hour or so reading, then just having a little bit of a night in with my roommates, but probably not going to be a super late night because, like I mentioned before, I'm super tired and I'm still feeling super tired and I have work all day tomorrow, so that's the plan. So it's almost the end of day one of the Booktube-A-Thon, and as the hours go by I can feel my throat getting worse, so just know I'm gonna be so sick by the end of this week, and if that is the case I'm gonna be so mad. But progress. So at this point I've read a total of 50 pages from Mrs. Dalloway and I decided to take a break and pick up Nevernight because I would like to finish reading that one before Thursday when I go to the signing for Nevernight in the city. And I've decided to use this as my book for the one that I'm reading only after sunset. So far today I've read about 180 pages of Nevernight, so the bookmark is where I started reading today and this is how much I've read so far. I still am reading it on my computer, but I do have some sticky notes in the physical copy, so I'm just kind of loosely keeping track of how much I'm reading. Day 2 of the Booktube-A-Thon. So last night I read another 30 or so pages of Nevernight and that was all before I ended up going to bed. I went to bed at a bit of a silly hour last night just because Alex and I were staying up watching Community. At the moment I'm just about to head into work. I went and picked up a bunch of book mail that I wasn't expecting, including the movie cover tie-in edition of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. This book is so heavy. But anyway, I have Mrs. Dalloway with me today, and when I go home tonight I'm going to continue reading more of Nevernight and hopefully finish it tonight, if not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night the latest. Yeah, not really much else to update you on at the moment. So today has been a bit of a long day. I read only a tiny bit of Mrs. Dalloway. Just, it's a slow read. It's hard to read this fast, but I'm like kind of almost near the middle, so who knows when I'll get around to finishing this one. I've read a little bit more of Nevernight, and today I listened to a really good chunk of The Book Thief. I've got just under 7 hours left of that one, so not 100% sure if I will get around to finishing it, but I'm thinking of going for a couple of walks later on the week if the weather holds out. At the moment I'm just having some nibbles, poured myself a nice glass of wine, and I'm just sitting down to read some more of Nevernight. I've got about 150 pages left of Nevernight, so yeah. Time to smash it out. Hello everyone, it's day 3 of the Booktube-A-Thon and progress. What have I done? I finished reading all of Nevernight last night and it took me about an hour to read the last 10 pages because I kept falling asleep. I was just so tired. But I ended up finishing Nevernight and oh my gosh. This book was incredible. It was incredible. I just can't get over how much I loved it. It was so good and I can't wait to see what else happens in the rest of the trilogy, I think it is. I just don't even know what to say. Okay, so I finished that, and so far today I have not done much reading. I've only read 45 pages of Clockwork Prince because I've been running some Twitter sprints, and during that time I also did a giveaway, so I didn't spend a lot of time during the sprints sprinting. I was looking at entries and just keeping on top of things, and now I'm going to go through the video challenge entries and try and narrow it down to 3 winners, which is going to be so hard because I've only watched 4 videos and really liked all of them so far, so it's going to be tricky. Yeah, so haven't done much reading at all today, which is kind of sad because this is my only day off this entire week. So I think I'm going to spend half an hour looking at videos, half an hour reading, and just kind of go back and forth, just trying to get things done. I also just pre-ordered Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. so excited for it. Oh my God. I have spent most of the last 7 hours going through entries for my video challenge. So I haven't done like any reading. I tried to do the whole half an hour of the video challenges, half an hour of the reading thing, but I was getting really into the video challenges because there was some really, really incredible ones. So, I mean, I read a little bit of Clockwork Prince and I did go out to grab some food, and while I did that I listened to more of The Book Thief. I listened to about an hour's worth. I'm really tired right now though, and tomorrow I've got a pretty full-on day. I think I'm going to get a lot of listening done for The Book Thief tomorrow because I have to drop my parents off at the airport, then I have to drive all the way back, and it's about an hour or so to the airport. Then as soon as I've done that, I'm trekking it back into the city, which is going to take about an hour as well, a little bit less maybe. And I'm meeting up with a friend before going to the J. Kristoff signing at 6 p.m. I mean, there's a lot of commuting, so I can listen to a lot of the audiobook for The Book Thief, and then I can do a little bit of reading on the bus. But I'm going to be quite busy tomorrow, so I'm not going to get a huge amount of reading done. I haven't been reading as much as I was hoping to for the Booktube-A-Thon, which is making me kind of sad. So it is about 2 p.m. on Thursday, and so far today I've only read about 13 pages of Mrs. Dalloway, but I have listened to about 2 hours of The Book Thief. I'm just about to grab a bite to eat, and then I'm going to head into the city, and I have quite a few books with me. I'm not sure how many I'm able to get signed, but I'm going to try and get as many signed as possible. Yeah. Oh, hi there. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, because I'm not. I feel like arse today, and really not good. So, like I predicted, I got sick. And I think the reason why I got so sick is because last night on the way home from the Nevernight event, I was on the bus in Australia here. So it's the middle of winter and it hasn't been super cold, but at night time it gets chilly and I feel the cold a lot. So I was freezing like when I'm walking to the bus stop. I get on the bus and the aircon's blasting. The aircon, and I'm sitting like near one of the doors as well, so I can feel a breeze coming underneath the door as well. So like the aircon from below, that's coming and freezing my feet and my legs, and like so I feel so gross right now. I was supposed to work tonight, but I've gotten someone to cover my shift because I'm not feeling good now, and I know that in 4 hours when I'm meant to start I'm gonna feel even worse. But last night was so much fun. It was a great event. I was just so excited the entire time, and Jay only talked for a little bit and he read the first page of Nevernight, which is like a warning to the reader. I love the narration, I love the humor, and I was just so excited to get myself a finished copy 2 weeks before it's officially out, even though I had an ARC, but this is like a finished copy. So I got myself one, and then I got 2 of my roommates' copies as well. So I got him to sign those. And then I got Jay to sign my hardcover of Illuminae, my ARC of Nevernight, because I'm going to give that away. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have a link down below to where you can enter the giveaway. If you would like an advanced copy of Nevernight by J. Kristoff, and I'm going to do it internationally as well. So if you would like a signed advanced copy of Nevernight by J. Kristoff, check out the link down below. Hopefully I've remembered to post it up by the time I post this video. So I got that signed, and I also got Storm Dancer signed. So I was coming home with a lot of books, and I also came home with my box for the YA Chronicles, so I had a lot of books with me. I'm actually going to film my unboxing of the YA Chronicles and hopefully have that up tonight. Since I've spoke to you last, let's do an update. So I've read some more of Mrs. Dalloway. I've only got a tiny bit left to go of this one. I've got about 30 pages, so knowing how I'm going with reading this book, it's gonna take me an hour to read. I haven't read any more of Clockwork Prince, and I haven't listened to any more of The Book Thief at this point, but last night I also picked up volumes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of Full Metal Alchemist, so I've got that to read. Yay! Anyway, I'm gonna finish this up for now because I want to get filming for my YA Chronicles unboxing before I feel any worse, and then who knows what I'll do. I might just pass out and hope for the best. So I'm back again with my gold wall. I didn't do another update yesterday because I didn't read anything else. I didn't really do much today, but I did have work. So I finished work earlier than I expected, so I'm now at my parents' place and I'm just going to chill out and read for a little bit. Like I mentioned, it was 30 pages left, so it should take me about an hour to read this one. And I also brought with me volume 7, 8 and 9 of Full Metal Alchemist. I picked it up and now I want to read it, and I have not been making much progress with this read-a-thon. I've finished one book so far. Yeah, I knew I was gonna get sick. I knew it. Not good. So with this one I'll be able to make more progress faster. So at least I feel like I've accomplished something. I just realized I forgot my glasses as well, which is really frustrating because I want to stay in this position here, but the light's over there. So like it's not gonna, the page isn't gonna be fully illuminated, and then I'm getting tired. So my eyes get tired. So I'm not gonna be able to read. So I didn't get as much reading done as I would like because I fell asleep twice. I think it's time for me to go home. I've only got about 5 hours left of the read-a-thon. So sad. I feel like this week just went so fast. It just kind of ran away from me. But last night after I got home, I ended up finishing Mrs. Dalloway. So far today, I've read a good majority of Full Metal Alchemist. So I should be able to read the rest of this one tonight. And I only have about an hour and a half left of my audiobook of The Book Thief. So I should be able to finish listening to that one too. Yeah, so today I had work and then not much else. I've just been feeling so... It's actually a few days after the end of the Booktube-A-Thon. I just haven't had the chance to sit down and film because I've had so much stuff to do. After a couple of weeks of read-a-thoning, I've neglected some other things. So yeah, the read-a-thon, the Booktube-A-Thon has finished, and I'm actually really sad about it. I wish I'd had more time. I'm feeling a bit better though, which is a good thing, but towards the end of the Booktube-A-Thon I was just the worst week to get sick, I swear. So I thought I would run through all of the progress that I made during the Booktube-A-Thon. I can't remember what I talked about last in my previous update, so I'm just gonna do everything. So first off, I read the last half-ish of Nevernight by J. Kristoff, and I used this book to complete 2 challenges. The first was to read only after sunset, and the second is to read a book by a favorite author. Originally I had The Book Thief, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but this one also applies because J. Kristoff has become a new favorite author. I just absolutely love the Illuminae books, and I adored this book. Oh my god, it was so good. So he first became a new favorite. I also completed all of Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, and this completed A Book That Is Older Than You. I read all of Full Metal Alchemist volumes 7, 8, and 9 by Hiromu Arakawa, and this completes the challenge to read a book with yellow on the cover. As you can see, his hair is quite yellow. I also listened to a good chunk of The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. I didn't finish all of it. I had only about an hour of this left when the Booktube-A-Thon finished, but I did manage to read probably about 2/3 of this one. We'll listen to 2/3 of the audiobook for this one. And I also read the first 120 pages of Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. So I ended up only finishing 4 of the 7 challenges. I'm not too upset about that. I still had a pretty good week of reading, though just not as much as I was hoping. But what can you do? I mean, you get sick, you get busy. Life sometimes happens. So that's about it for my wrap up for the Booktube-A-Thon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did participate, I'd love to hear how your progress was during the week and what your favorite book was that you read. For me, so yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!